A pot filled with water and placed on a scale pan is brought into equilibrium, and an insoluble solid is fully immersed in water of the pot. It neither touched the bottom of the pot nor connected to the balance. Due to this, the scale pan supporting the pot sinks. To bring it equilibrium again, a mass of 55 kg is needed in other pan of the scale. What is the volume of the suspended body? After reading this problem or the numerical, we must realize the situation in front of our eyes. What the problem designer is telling to us, we must understood. Then only we can decide how to solve this problem. So first of all, I would try to bring the scene in front of your eyes using a small simple animation. So this is the animation I am showing you, which tries to illustrate the description given in the numerical. Now see this animation, what it tells you. See carefully. This is the balance. On the balance I have kept a pot full with water, means filled with water. Then I immersed an object inside this water. You can see that the balance should lose again the equilibrium, and I have to put a weight of mass of 55 gram on other side in order to bring the equilibrium again. See, again and again you could understood what is the numerical telling you. Okay, I have described it again. See, after keeping the water pot, again I kept a mass to bring the equilibrium, then I immersed this object, then equilibrium got disturbed. Again I have to put a weight of mass of 55 gram on the other side in order to set up the equilibrium. So this is our problem, and what they are asking us, they want to find out the volume of immersed object. Okay, so here I would explain you. Remember that when we immerse that object inside the pot, the liquid level rises, and according to Archimedes laws, the 3 laws we have seen in the previous videos. If you are not aware about this, then go through those videos, everything would be clear to you. So the immersed object would cause the displacement of water, and this displaced water would exert upthrust on the immersed object, and obviously this upthrust is responsible for the burden or force on the pot filled with water, and that's why the equilibrium got disturbed when we immerse that object inside the water. And in order to bring the equilibrium again, we have to add 55 gram water. So indirectly from this problem I conclude that here the upthrust is equal to weight of 55 gram water. Understood? That means displaced mass of water is equal to 55 gram, and we know that in CGS system water has a special property. I told you that its mass represents its volume. So this represents the displaced volume. displaced volume of water. But again here, as we know, according to Archimedes law, the displaced volume of liquid represents the volume of immersed solid. Volume of immersed insoluble solid. Immersed insoluble solid. Insoluble solid, and this volume obviously in ml, in ml. Okay, so I can write here, therefore 55 ml is equal to volume of immersed insoluble solid. Got it? Because as I told you, the displaced volume of water cannot be in gram, this is also in ml. Understood? So displaced mass of water is 55 gram, and for proper understanding I would write here therefore. Okay, because I can't say that volume is in gram. Okay, so therefore displaced volume of water in ml is 55 ml, and therefore 55 ml is the volume of immersed insoluble solid. So in this way we have solved this numerical. See the size of numerical and see the size of answer. Remember, in physics there are two kinds of numerical I would classify. The first kind is just to read the numerical and you would automatically understood which formula should be implemented. These numericals are considered as ordinary numericals, could be solved by any student. And the second type of physics numericals are full with information. So you have to give a proper time for understanding the information. Then second thing is you must understood the gimmicks inside that data given in the problem. They could not directly suggest you the formula to be used, and therefore after understanding the gimmicks you could take the decision. And once you could take the decision, then the problem solving is very easy task. Understood? Just we have done this within 3 lines, we got the answer. So these kinds of problems, physics numericals, are preferred for the competitive examinations. I would try to describe these kinds of numericals in front of you, and these are these problems I took from the international books, Russian, British, etc. So try to understand these numericals, read them again and again and take a proper decision. I would suggest you that before going through my solution, you try to solve them by your own. Okay. Albert is just able to lift a block of iron having volume 1 meter cube. The specific gravity of the material of block is given as 7.5, but he could not lift any portion of the block outside the water. Then how much can he lift out of the water? Okay, now see the numerical. After reading it silently, we could conclude that the person could lift an iron block having volume 1 meter cube, that is 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth, 1 meter height, whatever be the, but the total volume is 1 meter cube. We could not conclude the length, breadth and height, and we needn't also. Okay, what we need is only total volume is 1 meter cube. The specific gravity of the block is 7.5. Now what is meant by specific gravity? See, when you read the numerical of physics, you must understood what the problem designer wants to tell you. For that you must know each and every deep meaning of the technical word he or she has used. Understood? Now here see, Albert could able to lift a block of iron having volume 1 meter cube. The specific gravity of the material of the block is 7.5. Now you must know what is meant by specific gravity. We have discussed it in detail in the previous videos. See, when we are going towards numerical, we must know each and everything regarding to those concepts, and that's why I would suggest you, if you are not aware of about any term in this numericals, then go through my previous videos. You would understood it properly then. Here I obviously I would tell you the meaning, but it is better for you to understood by yourself. Okay. Then the specific gravity of the material of block is 7.5. Now, but he could not lift any portion of the block outside the water. Remember that he could not lift any portion of the block outside the water. Then they are asking us how much he can lift out of the water. Now, when I read this problem, I would make a thinking map of this problem or this numerical in my mind. First of all, what is the magic inside the liquid that he could lift the block only inside the liquid? Why he could not lift the block outside the liquid? What the liquid or the water does with that block? You must know about this, and I think you are aware about this, that according to Archimedes' laws, when we immerse any insoluble solid in the liquid, then the liquid exerts an upthrust on the solid which would apparently decrease its mass or weight, you can say. Okay, apparently decrease its weight, more properly I would call it as weight, and that's why the block would appear lighter inside the water. So I want to find out the reduced weight of this block inside the water. Okay, and then this reduced weight is the weight how much he can lift out of the water. Now, how much reduction would take? Again we must know the Archimedes laws. According to Archimedes, the reduction is equal to upthrust, and according to Archimedes, this reduction is equal to the weight of the displaced liquid. Understood? And according to Archimedes again, the displaced liquid has equal volume as that of the immersed solid's volume. So indirectly it is clear to us that the volume of displaced water is also equal to 1 meter cube here. Understood? How much it would be? It is 1 meter cube here. Understood? So I would write here, first of all, upthrust is equal to weight of displaced volume of water. This is number one. The first conclusion in our mind is this. Then I want to find out the weight of displaced volume of water. Again, by Archimedes' laws, volume of solid immersed is equal to volume of liquid displaced. And therefore, I got directly that volume of displaced water is equal to how much? 1 meter cube. But I want to take the benefit of that CGS density of water, so that I would convert it into into cm cube. How would I do it? So I would write the numerical part, number part 1 as it is, and m into m I would replace it by 100 cm into 100 cm into 100 cm. Okay, and I got the answer as 10 raised to 6 cm cube. This much water would be displaced, and I told you that cm cube is nothing but ml. Therefore mass of displaced water, mass of displaced water, directly I would write is equal to 10 raised to 6 gram. Okay, so this much water is displaced, and therefore I could find out the upthrust as upthrust is equal to 10 raised to 6 into 980 dyne. Okay, so this much is the upthrust. I would give it a number for our memory, that is 2. Okay, so till here we have solved. Now the specific gravity of the block material is equal to 7.5. It is given in the numerical, and therefore I would write here as from given density of material of block upon density of water as given by them is equal to 7.5. And remember specific gravity has no unit. So whatever unit you want to use, you can use, but only the precaution is you must take the same units in numerator as well as in denominator. So as I told you, I would prefer the CGS system because I have a special property, as I told you, that I can directly replace the volume by gram and gram by volume, that is ml, in case of water in CGS system. This is the facility I am using. Okay, so density of material of block upon density of water is equal to 7.5. Therefore, in CGS system, in CGS units, I can write density of material of block is equal to directly 7.5 gram per cm cube. Okay, this is the benefit of CGS system, because in CGS system the density of water is 1 gram per cm cube. Understood? So if I replace this 1 gram per cm cube in the denominator, then directly I would get the density of material of block as 7.5 gram per cm cube. Therefore, mass of the block, actual mass of the block is equal to volume multiplied by density, and this is equal to, as we know, 10 raised to 6 multiplied by 7.5, and the unit would be gram. So this is the actual mass of the block, and this mass would give rise to actual weight of the block, as actually it is not needed, but just for sake of convenience, your understanding, I am writing here actual weight of the block is equal to 10 raised to 6 into 7.5 multiplied by 980. After multiplying it, now it is the weight, okay, that is gravitational force. Okay, you would understood this when you would learn the detail about the gravitational force or gravity. So actual weight of the block is 10 raised to 6 into 7.5 into 980 dyne, that is outside the water. This is the actual weight, and therefore the apparent weight of the block, obviously this is the block when it is immersed in the water, immersed in the water, immersed in water is equal to 10 raised to 6 into 7.5 into 980 minus the upthrust, we have calculated, that is minus 10 raised to 6 into 980. So, this is the upthrust. Okay, apparent weight of the block immersed in water is equal to actual weight minus upthrust. For your understanding, I would write the formula: actual weight, that is weight outside the water, minus upthrust. So, this is equal to 10 raised to 6 into 980, you can take common. So, 10 raised to 6 into 980, you can take common. Inside the bracket, what is remain? 7.5 minus 1. So, this is equal to 6.5 into 10 raised to 6 into 980 dynes. So, this is the apparent weight of the block immersed in water, and this is the weight only which can be lifted up by Albert outside the water. Okay, now if you want to tell the answer in gram, that is how much mass he could lift, okay, then simply just ignore the 980 dyne, and instead of that you write the unit of gram. Okay, so in the next, on next page we would do that.